Founding Fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us. It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards. From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. Boa Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with Boa Safra Ag. Metabo HPT, Make, Move, Go. Moultrie Trail Cameras, build a bigger picture with Moultrie. And by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
Welcome to another season of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. I'm your host, Alan Treadwell. On this week's episode, we're traveling to Merritt County, Nebraska, to check out a 290 plus acre listing with tons of recreational and hunting opportunities along the Platte River. We're also going to take a look at 820 acres of prime cattle ground in Missouri that offers almost 2 miles of the Osage Fork of the Gasconade River. And while we showcase a few select listings on each episode, Hayden Outdoors has hundreds of properties all across the country listed on HaydenOutdoors.com. Now let's head out to the Downey Ranch in Wamego, Kansas, to meet up with Barb Downey and her husband, Joe Carpenter, as they're about to begin some controlled burning on some of their grazing pastures. Joe and Barb are well-known ranchers in this part of the country, and their ranching and conservation efforts have been well documented. Dax, Bryn, some of the Kansas agents, and myself are tagging along today to see exactly how they handle controlled burning on their land. For those of you that aren't familiar with controlled burning, it's a great way to keep grass and other invasive weeds at bay, and at the same time, enhances the cattle grazing during the spring and summer months.
You and I will hop on here. Are you going to take some dogs with you?
I'd like to.
I'll be happy to drive that mule down and park it down there for you guys if that works.
Yeah, or if you want to, you probably just, if you're going to be with following me, you might just drive it on down to follow us.
Okay. All right. I can't believe they gave me a lighter. These guys are like a well-oiled machine. You know, they burn so much together and they kind of know what they're doing without talking and everything else, and come in and try to help and do your thing and stay out of the way at the same time. So anyways, they gave us this mule and we're gonna follow them down and see if we can't help them burn some fires today and learn quite a bit about the benefits of it and why they do it.
All right, well, you might give us a little time to get over there.
A head start? No, I'm
No, you've got more distance to cover, so I don't, if you want to light up, that's fine.
We'll just follow you in the mule?
Yep.
Okay. No turning back now.
So I am lighting what's called the head fire. The other crew is on the back side lighting a back fire, so that when this roaring head fire meets the back burn, the fuel's gone, poof, the fire just disappears. It's really cool to watch. We are burning native tall grass prairie. This prairie ecosystem, absolutely developed in concert with fire. It requires fire, replacing wildfire with controlled burns. Good for the prairie, good for the folks that live out here. Controlled fire is your friend.
Just drip it to the end of the hedgerow and then jump inside. We get past our brush piles, we'll be running back and checking them and make sure nothing creeps back in. Most burns, that's what you try to do in the morning, is whatever you're trying to guard.
Yeah, first.
Get it while things are burning slow and maybe a little cooler.
I can see the smoke coming over the hill. Barb's doing some good over there for sure.
So the hot head fire is the ideal way to burn because you get the heat that flashes over the top of the grass and does not hurt the crowns at all. Again, remember they're adapted to fire, but you also get a tremendous heat load going at the trees that you can see on the horizon, and that's part of that woody control for things like dogwood, invasive trees, all of that. Head fire is much better. And it's kind of funny, you can see it doesn't look like I've got anything, and then all of a sudden a fire kicks up. If this was warmer, later in the day with more direct sun and a few more degrees, a little less relative humidity, this would just be an inferno. We're doing what nature did and then the Native Americans did for thousands of years. We're just doing it in a prescribed and controlled manner, replacing wildfire with controlled burns. And post-fire, this time of year, we're into April, the temperatures are warming, the ground's warming. In just a couple of days, this will look like a golf course.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by BOA Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with BOA Safra Ag.
Now let's head to Merritt County, Nebraska, where Agent Justin Hertzl has a great 290-plus acre listing along the Platte River.
I'm Justin Hertzl with Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Today we are just located about a mile south of Central City, Nebraska along the Platte River. This is a 290 acre plus or minus property that has about 1.2 miles river frontage. You have 64 combined total irrigated acres, gravity irrigated. There is the Dark Island Trail going down the middle that splits the property in about half, which is a walking trail and biking trail that runs approximately 10 miles south of Central City. Located on the western part of the property, there's a private 23-acre lake that has bass, crappie, catfish, and additional game fish as well. We fished that today and probably caught 30 to 40 bass, a couple crappie, all of which were good fighters and good sized fish, which you'll see in some of those videos and photos.
That's huge. Holy moly. It's not shallow too far and it drops right off. I think they're sitting right on that edge. Come on. Wasn't hooked very good, but he got it in. Yeah, we've caught a bunch of bass today and one big crappie. We've only been fishing for about 30 minutes, but fish look extremely healthy. There's a lot of sand pits in the area that have been developed. This is one of the ones that's currently, undeveloped, but does definitely have that potential. Along with that irrigated income, you have about 1.2 miles of Platte River frontage with the whole property. The private sand pit does have depths between, in the 40 to 50 foot range. It's a heck of a fishery, crystal clear water, loaded with largemouth bass, crappie, which we've caught both those today, and there's obviously, sure some good catfish in here too, which we've seen some pictures of. In addition, on the east side of the property, there is a couple more sand pits that are shared. Both with the same, fishing opportunities and additional development opportunities if you wanted to do some of that development. Recreational opportunities on the property consist of whitetail deer hunting, turkey hunting, fishing, waterfowl hunting. This area is very strong with waterfowl numbers, geese, ducks, etc. Good, strong presence of those with the sand pits and in the area, along with the hunting opportunities. On numerous trips out here, we've seen and heard ducks and geese flying. They've been on the lakes. We've heard pheasants and quail. Obviously seen a lot of deer and turkey. As for the farm ground on the property, mainly class 1 and 2 soils, so you're getting good productive soils. There are two different ways that they are irrigating. On the west piece, it is irrigated by a well. On the east side, there's 17 acres of irrigated farm ground, of which they do have irrigation rights out of the sand pit lake. The west side does have a dedicated irrigation well for the gravity irrigated on that particular side. My favorite part of the property is
the Platte River frontage. You know, like I said, you do have 1.2 miles of frontage on that side that opens up all kinds of recreational opportunities to enjoy, and potentially Jeep or four-wheeler in the river in the summer months when the water's down. The private sand pit on the west side presents, you know, private boating, jet skiing, all kinds of water sports fun, along with, you know, a boat ramp to get your boat in. Private sand pits are hard to come by in this area. Most of them are getting developed and are offering lots. But to find a private one that is undeveloped for you to build your own home potentially, or cabin, and enjoy the recreational aspect of that private ownership is pretty hard to come by. Opportunities are endless, whether it's development, whether it's waterfowl, whether it's, you know, big game hunting, fishing. Don't miss out on this one.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Moultrie Trail Cameras. Build the bigger picture with Moultrie. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Metabo HPT. Make, move, go.
Now we're headed to Laclede County, Missouri to check out an incredible property listed by myself and Jeff Lovett, Osage Fork Farm.
You know, Jeff, this property really has it all. I mean, the recreational stuff that we talked about earlier, being able to go fish and hunt deer and turkey. But, you know, the real income comes from the cattle and the hay production on this place.
Yeah, I mean, of course, big property, over 800 acres, and they got it set up amazingly for that. But the hay production is incredible. There's over 125 acres here that they're, you know, doing in hay production. Yeah. Like 800 4x6 round bales a year is what it's making. And you know, they're getting 3 cuttings a year, and on average kind of, you know, right around 3 or 4 bales to the acre. So I mean, it's pretty productive ground for sure.
And I mean, you can see by looking at the place, this place has been taken care of. It's been fertilized, brush hogged, sprayed. I mean, you know, there's not a lot of weeds out here. I mean, it's a ready to go property.
The thing that's neat about this is it's so private and so secluded, way down a driveway to get in here to his house and stuff like that. And then you get down here and it's peaceful and it's quiet, but you're 10 minutes, 15 minutes from Lebanon.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, access is great to the city, for sure.
Yeah, you're close. Anything you would need is just right there, but far enough away that life is definitely slow. Right here behind us, big hay barn on this side of the river, go across the other side, 60 by 100, both of them. They're pretty much identical.
You know, I mean, this thing's been set up with fences and cross fences. I mean, you got pastures all over the place to be able to rotational graze these cattle if you want to. You know, come in, you know, feed one of it out, move it to the next one. And I mean, even throughout the winter, you'll be able to move those from pasture to pasture, be able to make it through the winter without a lot of hay feeding.
To go along with all those different paddocks and pastures that you can use for rotational grazing, there's all kinds of ponds, there's springs, all kind of throughout this property. So there's, you know, there's the grass and there's the water.
I mean, I think when you talk about water, I mean, that's something that's very important across the country, right? I mean, with over 2 miles of the Osage Fork of the Gasconade coming through this property, we got 11 ponds. A lot of those are spring feds. I mean, you know, even here in the middle of July, we can come in here and they're overflowing from the springs coming in here. You got 5 Ritchie waters, you got 3 tank waters. I mean, the water's here. Oh, we come off.
Almost had one.
You know, this reminds me so much of the way we grew up down here in southern Missouri. These old creeks, just, I mean, loaded with smallmouth and walking up and down catching crawdads.
Yeah, this place is awesome, and there's 2 miles.
Yeah.
You could just float down in a kayak, run a jet boat, walk up and down the creek.
It's a gamey place. There was a bite. He come up and swirled at it, but he just didn't get it.
Just a neat place, big old gravel bar here. You can come and bring your family and hang out, play in the creek,
you know,
campfire, you know, stuff like that. It's just a pretty neat place to hang out. You can just tell looking around that like they take really good care of the ground. It's not misused, it's not overused, it's not overgrazed.
In carrying capacity, I mean, it's underutilized right now. It could hold more cattle than it does, you know, and think, you know, up to 150, 175 mama cows on this place, you know, very easily support that. It's one of those properties where you don't have to come in and overlook things and say, I can fix this, I can fix that. I mean, it's ready to go today.
Yeah, I mean, you can look around, pipe corners, you know, everything. It's
Welded gates.
Yeah, welded gates. I mean, it's done right, and it's done for the long hauls.
You know, in addition to being a great cattle farm, great recreational farm, the home here is amazing.
It is. It's beautiful, custom home. I mean, it's almost brand new, built in 2020. It's 4-bed, 3.5 bath. Big custom kitchen. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous house.
I mean, it really is. I mean, and well thought out. I have 2x6 walls. It's in the garage there. It's a 2.5 car garage, but where the half comes in, it's a perfect place to put your side-by-side or something, because on the back side of it, you got a big storm shelter that's concreted all the way in, gun safe, whatever you want to use it for. The screened in back porch. I mean, imagine sitting out there, and from that back porch, everything you can see is part of this property.
Yeah, you got a big view out there. Awesome place to sit in the evenings and, you know, entertain guests. Grill a steak, something like that. It's just the perfect space out there. Everything, you know, top to bottom, whether it's the land, the farming, the house, you know, and there's even a lot of timber on this place too.
There is. I mean, you know, the walnut timber on here, the white oak timber, I mean, it's big, it's mature, and there's a lot of value in that. Here in Missouri, like, we don't get a lot of big farms like this. We really don't. But around it, you got a 500-acre neighbor, a 450-acre neighbor, a 600-acre neighbor. So you're surrounded by other big parcels.
Yeah, you do a lot of large landowners around you, so you definitely feel like you're protected from, you know, a lot of development and things like that. And so it's really just the ideal scenario.
For more information on this property or any others, go to HaydenOutdoors.com.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. Boa Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with Boa Safra Ag. Metabo HPT. Make, move, go. Moultrie Trail Cameras. Build a bigger picture with Moultrie. And by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
Joe, is this something you look forward to every year, or do you dread it?
A little of both.
Yeah.
I mean, if all the neighbors work together, we've got a good plan and a good day. I mean, it's very rewarding at the end of the day to see what you've done.
Yeah. Well, doing this to your pasture here that you're going to come back in and turn cattle on, what's the benefit of burning this right now? Weed control? Is it better for the cattle?
A little bit of weed control, mainly brush control, like this buck brush right here.
How long after you burn this will you be able to bring in a load of calves and put on there?
If it warms up, you know, we could be on here in 10 days probably.
Oh wow, that's quicker than I suspected.
You know, if you had stalkers out here, or, you know, like 800-pound calves, they will gain about a half a pound more a day on burned pasture versus unburned.
Wow.
So there is a little economic incentive there.
Well, yeah, if you put them on for 120 days and they gain 60 more pounds, that's a pretty good paycheck at the end of the day with what cattle prices are today.
Yes, it is.
Benefits the quail too. I mean, the Flint Hills of Kansas is historically a very well known for its quail population.
Yep. Like this pasture here, it's got the old world blue stem in it. That grass is too thick for quail to even function in. Hopefully we're getting rid of that.
Right here you're talking about Cerisa lespedeza, old world blue stem. The fire is one of the best ways to control those species that you want out of here.
Yep.
Joe and Barb definitely know what they're doing. In fact, the National Cattlemen's Beef Association presented them with the Environmental Stewardship Award in 2024 for their outstanding conservation achievements as top cattle producing ranchers. It's very evident spending time with Joe and Barb that they have an amazing passion for the animals, the land, and being great stewards of it.
You know, sitting up there in a suit and tie or whatever and collecting an award on a stage is one thing, but right here, what you're doing right now was the reason behind that award.
Yep. Yeah, this was just part of it, but like we say, we don't or haven't innovated anything. We've just learned from other people, and that's what I will tell any young ranchers: your learning never stops. Technology is changing. Our understanding of soil health is changing. So we are doing some sort of class, or several classes every year, just to try to keep up with what's going on or seeing what other people are doing. All right, we've got the Johnny Cash fire now.
The Ring of Fire. Is this something you enjoy doing with Joe?
Yes, it's a lot of fun. This is not a bad office, and he's the burn boss, so I'm just doing what I'm told, so I'm ultimately not responsible. The system, the ecosystem requires fire. It's essential. You cannot replace with a mower or chemical or a chainsaw or whatever what the fire does for the grass. The grass is beautifully adapted to this, and a good head fire like that just zips across there, does not bother the grass at all, and the heat helps control the woodies.
We're always looking for the best way to do something to change, and it's like, honestly, the stuff that God put here when he created this place is the best practice still yet today, right?
Yeah, Joe always talks about, our whole job as ranchers is to duplicate what nature, the Native Americans and the bison used to do with the prairie.
Yeah.
And we redo that with cattle-controlled burns and so forth, and just try to manage it like nature manages it.
Yeah, there was a Barb, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Joe, appreciate you very much. If there's anything that we can do down the road, let us know.
We'd like to say a huge thanks to Barb and Joe for allowing us to tag along and learn more about their ranching practices. They are definitely great land stewards, and today proved it even more. If you have a story or adventure you'd like featured on Life on the Land, let us know. Because I think we can all agree there's nothing better than buying property and turning it into your favorite place to be to live, Life on the Land.